Go. It's too big still.
Their privacy measures, but leave out data collection for their own advertising. They provide you with an in-browser VPN that claims to keep your data secure, but instead only reroutes your data back to them. Their parent company Opera is also silently running load scams in Africa and India, hoping you don't find out because already their numbers don't add up. The OperaGX rabbit
Oh wait,
hole
hold up. If I give me a sec. If I just do this instead, yes, this should work. I'm going to head out now, but I hope the rest of the stream and everyday's day goes lovely. Thank you so much. Hope you have a nice night. An incorrect summary of Ultra Kill. Oh my god, I love those videos.
It's far much deeper than I expected, and in this video, we'll be looking at everything, every single detail from the beginning. If you're watching this video, then there's a chance you're on Opera right now. If that's the case, then you might want to see what they're doing because things get dark very quickly. Before we get to OperaGX, let's talk about
honestly OperaGX so ass.
The different variants that Opera has.
Taru, hi, how you doing? What's up?
Opera. What most
how we doing?
Is that Opera isn't a new company.
We're currently watching videos
for longer than most browsers you know of, including Chrome.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, my mom used to use like Opera all the time.
Upon their launch, they were behind a paywall. To get people at the door, they had a free trial period, after which you had to continue to use it. In the 2000s, they modified it to allow people who
hydrate, bitch. I'm hydrating free, with my little sip of water.
If you were not paying for Opera, your browser had ads. Subsequently, another browser was coming up, which had a search engine that quite literally paid other browsers.
Oh, I remember the first times of Firefox.
It was Google. This is where the contrast came into play. Chrome quickly overtook the internet to pretty much dominance, and throughout the 2010s, more and more browsers came up, and Opera continued to shrink more and more. A huge advantage they had is that they were pretty popular and dominant in the
all they had to do was pander to gamers on God,
which gave them a bigger head start than other of the companies. But throughout the
2010s, yourself,
other companies will continue
also good. Thank you.
More, their dominance
let me follow you back. What the hell?
In 2016, Opera would go on to get acquired by a Chinese firm which, I have to read this, trust me, Golden Brick Capital Private Equity Fund Limited Partnership.
Okay.
Like that,
this reminds me of German words.
The firm
they're like endlessly long.
And 360. Normally, I wouldn't be telling you these names if they didn't matter, but these ones actually do, and not in a good way. I got curious on what these companies actually looked like, and what I found was pretty disturbing. So
ads in 50 seconds
when they bought dating app Grindr back in 2016. Their concerns
Chinese
owning Grindr.
That's so interesting.
Information that people wouldn't be comfortable sharing. In response, the US government forced them to sell it in order to avoid such a catastrophe from happening. If you don't know, China doesn't have the best history with people's data. At any time, the Chinese government can ask any Chinese company.
It is something, that they have, but it's also like Riot making Arcane and then
I want you to think about what would happen
making a lesbian couple and then censoring that shit in China, right?
Keep in mind, this data is not even from their own country. It is from the US, which is a rival of the Chinese government. You might think that, hey, I mean, it's not a big deal, it's whatever, I don't really care, but this information is very valuable in allowing surveillance by the government and these companies as well.
Whoever has the data. For me it is. Is everything fine with you with the video?
Power. So even as we move on to the second company, I want you to remember this as it's very, very important and will play a huge part in the Opera segment ahead. When I started investigating G360, I was not ready for the rabbit hole.
I think you are tweaking.
G360 has also had including allegations of data collection and accusations of spyware using kids watches. Allegedly,
it's all your fault.
G360 Kids Watch, they included a feature that would allow them to track and spy on their users, collecting information like their location and allowing them to remotely take pictures of their users completely without your knowledge.
Pictures goes too far. Bro, imagine I'm sitting with my fucking ass, with my fat ass in my bed, and I have my double chin out, and these bitches taking a picture of me, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, if you just want a free picture, just ask, bro. I'll be sending you one. But why the fuck you gonna do it in secret? That boggles my mind. Bad personality. On God. Okay, free pictures, please. No, I'm not. No. I'm not sending you pictures. Fuck you. You just asked like that? No.
With the US government, which led the US to imposing sanctions on this company, and in response, Q360 accused the CIA of running an 11-year espionage campaign on several Chinese industries. There's also something else that I found, which was very interesting. So
you can see some mouse cheeks.
The only thing they got in trouble for.
Can I have a picture, please?
Also been marketed as having AI
I'm gonna send you one soon.
A parent asked a very simple question: are Chinese
my teacher's telling me to prove my work in school, so prove. Oh my God.
A simple AI,
all the horny people.
AI boilerplate of a very nuanced.
It's like my double, like my
the watch first described Chinese
double chin,
small eyes,
not my
ass,
small
eyebrows. Then
oh my God.
accused the Chinese people of having fabricated history. They often talk about how ancient China was superior or how it made the 4 great inventions, but have you seen it? History can be fabricated. Lastly, the watch claimed that today's technology, such as phones, computers, highways, skyscrapers, and so on, was all invented by Westerners. And eventually,
Matt22V, hi, did you be here?
Question.
How you doing?
How can Chinese people have the face to boast about being the smartest people in the world? Damn. This became a very huge thing online, which led to the company releasing a statement saying that the software on the watch was outdated and was not actually using AI, but was grabbing sources from online articles and such things. In my opinion, such statements coming from any of their products, regardless of what software they were AI, is still very questionable. Even if it's grabbing sources from the internet,
that's not. Isn't that literally what AI does, and then generates its answers based on that?
Harmful, racist,
question mark?
Offensive. And even then, if we were still to play devil's advocate, it wouldn't fix anything, because if the technology wasn't there, then why market the product as an AI do-it-all when it isn't going to be one by the time it gets the consumer? This is a problem that not just them have. A lot of these tech companies have now normalized shipping unfinished products in the name of a software update. That's not how it's supposed to work. If a product isn't ready, don't advertise it like it is, or even sell it as it is.
Games, honestly, games do the shit too, and it pisses me off. Why the fuck do I have to buy an unfinished game just for you to update it like 2 months later and be like, oh yeah, by the way, like we fixed everything we wanted to fucking fix, like bitch the fuck. Release it normally, release it finished, so you don't have to release half-ass shit.
Yeah, that is like another discussion. I'm sorry to tell you, this is never gonna return because capitalism, getting money as quick as possible, and investors setting dates for them where they have to finished in quotation marks product out.
I think
it sucks.
I think like the problem is, especially with like Blizzard, is that like they see you as a homie and they don't see you as a consumer, like someone who buys their product. No, they don't see you as buying their product. This is why they're like, oh yeah, we're just gonna be fine, like chill with it. Like it doesn't matter if we're just giving out half-ass product, half-ass games. Because it doesn't matter, right? Like they're just gonna buy our shit anyways. Like that type of mentality. And it pisses me off because yes, I like your games. Yes, I've bought your games before, but if you're giving me a half-ass shit, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, why are we doing this? Like, let's not do that. Let's not support this shit. I think people should just like start like going against these stupid fucking companies and just like say like, hey, don't release this half-ass bullshit. Because why are we accepting that?
Sadly, it won't work that easy because there's always gonna be people that bootleg the company and just buy it anyway, and it's gonna be enough money for them to be fine with it.
Yeah, that's their problem. And that's why people need to stop buying the game so they can feel the actions, the consequences of their actions. And weaponized nostalgia, yeah, 100%.
I mean, we are seeing what's happening with Pokemon right now. It's awful, you know, so like
companies get away with this shit because so many people will glaze the shit out of a title based solely on brand recognition. It's why I'm not buying a Switch too. I totally get that. I think the Switch is like the biggest scam ever. What do you mean you're releasing a Switch and you're only able to play HD in a time where full HD is the norm, or like companies who use like charging ports that are so outdated and so cheap, as if they can't use fucking USB-C, bro. Like, be so fucking for real. And I'm so glad that Apple had to adhere to this, and that we have to that they have to use USB-C and not just fucking Lightning to not make you overspend. I love my iPhone. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love my iPhone. I love my iPad. But I'm so glad that the EU like fucked them over like that. Look at Call of Duty. Wow.
EUW.
Yeah, on God. Actually, rare W, like EUW. Fortnite updating weekly push the bar. Yeah.
Opinions you want from that
Fortnite is so fucking outdated.
Companies did not have the best reputation right off the bat, and with something as serious as data collection concerns, red flags already started going.
Yeah.
So how do
most games have gone so fucking bad. It's why gaming is not fun anymore.
In the beginning, when Opera started, they were a completely paywalled browser. A short while later, they became free with ads, and in 2005, they switched to become completely free.
Paying just so they can sell your data. You know what's so funny? There was this one time where Discord literally said, "Oh, okay, guys, by the way, we don't actually sell your data." And I literally, like, I think there was like something, and then I said, "Oh yeah, but y'all literally sell data regardless." And they responded to me, "No, actually, we don't sell data." Okay, buddy, why are you recording my voice chats? Why are you recording my messages if you're not selling it? Like, be so fucking for real right now. I know you're selling my shit. Don't fucking play with me. At least admit to it, you fucking pussy. Like, what do you mean? What happened? Pika, are you
Forget
okay?
about it.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
No.
What happened?
So you know how I was an electrician and everything, right?
Yeah.
And I have a big case for like my tools and everything, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm playing with one of the tools and I just threw it on the floor by accident. I just did like that.
Okay, let's keep watching.
They continue with this model too. I believe 2016.
Sounds like they underlined your statement.
VPN service, which was free,
yeah,
but with a paid version as well. In 2018, they joined the crypto movement and introduced their own.
Silly guy fidgeting too hard. On God.
To make their own transactions natively without
crypto wallets. Why do browsers need crypto wallets? Why does everything need to be AI, crypto wallets, everything? Do what a browser is supposed to do with customization. I don't want you to keep my assets, bro.
So even as you downplay their size, they're not a struggling company by any means necessary. In fact, their revenue is still rising. The biggest cause of this is their change in
I think we should all rate Activision.
Before 2020, they were mainly focusing on average
my balls on God. Oh, crypto bros.
The issue with these regions is that they have a very low buying power, and they were trying to make money.
Him, the Tad Man. Who the fuck is that?
COD streamer.
COD
bootlicker.
Dip my balls in salsa for real to more easily steal money. Says crypto sucks. Yeah. Why the fuck would I trust? Why would I trust a random browser with my assets, bro? What? Are you a bank? Not even a bank I trust with my assets.
In
the past 2 videos I made about BetterHelp and
you could trust me with your ass, Ayo.
The biggest catalyst of all these
just trust me with your assets. No.
What I'm about to say might age very poorly, so if I ever make the same mistake,
they're all wrong. Lisa. You should trust me with your assets.
No.
Money, right?
No. My money.
Go to a casino and put everything on red.
No. You should trust. All of you should trust me with your assets. All of you should invest your money into me.
Practices at hand. It can't be that hard.
You should trust me with your assets.
I'm not blaming the YouTubers entirely. Like, they can't
exactly
know what's gonna happen in future. They might not know what.
Send me all of your money, guys.
But when they're
Slash
already doing those things
half joking. Okay, say Evisa said it's okay if we give her all our money. Guys, give me your money. I'm joking. Where's Ace? No, not Ace. Ace not allowed.
To just not do it or to pick
Ace
a
not
side.
allowed.
But anyway, back to the video.
You can have all 3 cents. Yay, thank you. Ah, hell no. It's slavery.
A little too much, and it's not just them who are doing this. It's something that is taking over the internet quite literally.
This and the third. No. No.
That they use to promote themselves. The one that stood out to
No.
me was that they also have their own YouTube creator. Meet Aura. A video
Aura.
specifically made by Opera. Surprisingly, they've managed to find her an audience with her amassing a subscriber count of over 100,000 subscribers. As cool as all that is,
I mean, she's pretty cool though.
I wanted to look at. My focus is somewhere entirely different. The biggest platform they have by far is their ads account.
VTuber mentioned?
Believe me, there's nothing wrong with doing this, and even I followed them for a while, but more recently,
The
think-
OperaGX admin is crazy though.
Yeah, the Polish admin.
for example, it's starting to get a little
He's
bit
goated.
annoying with just how many brands
Yeah, he
are out
is.
there trying to pass off as normal users. It was funny when Duolingo
VTuber
did it,
mentioned.
even then it was
No.
on the edge, but now everybody is doing it, and it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Brands flood every single video, and I mean every single
Yeah,
video. on their
what
feed.
you should
Making
do
comments
is when you
is
get
good.
on a
What
social
most
media,
people
you
don't
should
is that this
block
is still
every brand
advertising.
out
It's
there.
just not in your face
There should
as
be,
the
like-
way they post by them. But
There
if
should
they're
be an
commenting
extension
on
where
a
you can
video and
block
getting
every brand.
100,000 likes, this means that they got to reach 100,000 people who will now have the company in mind. They don't care whether the comment was funny or not. They just want to
Just
like
block
it.
every
So
brand.
even with their shit posts on Twitter, they're still doing the same thing. It's still a form of advertising. And because of how
I wonder if that
brands are doing
exists. If it exists, let me know,
it's
please.
making me sick, honestly.
No,
The reason why
not
so many
Monster.
brands are doing
Monster
this
can
is
stay,
because
guys.
take Duolingo for example. If we ignore their latest AI scandals and everything that's
Yeah,
happening, they were
fuck
pretty
Duolingo.
cool, right?
I ended up blocking Duolingo everywhere because of that.
Just the app was also benefiting
I
from
swear to
it.
God, if they're releasing a VTuber, I'm losing my shit.
A majority of Gen Z
If you're using that idea to profit Duolingo, just know you have to pay me for that.
By giving the brand a personality makes it feel more relatable. But in reality, there's nothing relatable about a billion-dollar corporation that is exploiting their workers by not paying them enough when it wouldn't even
Look
cost
the
them.
mob, the one I like,
If you're
lol.
elaborate enough about advertising
Monster can
and
stay.
all these different
Monster's
things,
okay.
That's not the product you're here for. So before we move on to the loan scams, let's look at the
What
gaming
is
browser.
up with
How
bro's
good of a browser
background?
is it? When the gaming
Does he live in a
browser came out and
basement?
started being heavily advertised by creators, as you'd expect, reviews started to surface. To save you a lot of time, let's go straight to the conclusions. What most of these reviews said was that the browser
The
is fine. It's
UI is
what you
so
expect it to
ugly.
be, which is browse the
Ugly.
internet. But where the problem comes in is where we start to introduce the concept of the gaming browser. For instance, let's look at the CPU limiter. On paper, they claim that this browser allows you to adjust how much of your computer's memory the browser can use. That sounds good, right? But that's as far as the use of this feature goes. Don't get me wrong, it does do what it says on the bots, but it doesn't make the biggest of a difference as you might think. Mudahar, another YouTuber, took it upon himself to
Okay,
study the
Mudahar.
usability of this feature, and he found out exactly that. He says that sure, it does do what it says it will, but your computer's doing all the managing just fine. You don't make the biggest difference trying to take on that job yourself. So in reality, it's not doing as much as we expect it to. Another key area they advertise on is how
Dragon?
customizable it is and how
What?
any other browser that looks any other
What?
way is
What is that?
boring.
This is your setup.
Or say so here.
That
What the
is
fuck?
not an average setup.
And now that you've stopped to think
That's
about
too clean.
it, you gotta admit,
Who has a clean setup? Except for
fucking
aesthetic
boring.
girls
First of all,
on
it's kinda
TikTok.
funny to me how much they're shitting on other browsers
Talk
when their
tick.
main browser, Opera, literally looks like
Talk
the
tick.
way they advertise.
TikTok,
against.
TikTok.
It literally fits the definition of boring they advertise against. You'd think that because of how much they boast on their customization features, then they actually look good. And to that I say, maybe? It depends on who you are. I, for one, aren't a huge fan of the base skin. You know, with the pink-red theme and the angular design. For me, it just feels like it's too much. And the sound effects? That gets old.
Yeah.
quick. I
Yeah.
installed the browser and a mod from the meme, and every time I did anything, I would get that sound effect.
Oh
It
my
was fun
God,
for like
I'm
the first few
saying,
minutes, and from then
yeah,
on, I couldn't
yeah.
even
Falling
play it.
Real.
metal
But
pipe
even
mod.
those are just the lighthearted
Real.
ones. Whatever we're about to look at from here is not going to be so fun. So strap in as we look at the dark side
Strap
of
in.
Opera. I'm going to go on a run here, and this is just a conspiracy I have. For me, it seems very convenient that right after Golden Capital bought Opera, this saw it better fit to now
Straps.
target users in the Western countries. Like I said before, every time I see any Chinese company involved with anything like this, there's probably a lot of money to be made. Long story short, Opera is spying on you, and all that data is going to China. According to this YouTuber
Nice.
gamer, the way
China.
Opera got into the position they're in
Yum
today,
yum.
it wasn't through genuine or
China,
organic
take all my
growth. They
data.
were doing way shady stuff
Xi
even before
Jinping,
Google
take all my
existed,
data,
or in this
daddy.
case, Golden
Sorry.
Capital Limited Investment
What?
Partnership or whatever the name was.
Sorry,
In
guys.
2020, Opera would appear on multiple suspicious websites as ads for the download now button you see on sketch
Sorry.
websites, other
Call me
playlists,
lacking for a
media
sec.
update, web browser update, or multiple other updates which they obviously
I fucking
run. And that
hate
huge red flag came
Chrome,
when
though.
the Chinese companies got involved.
Like-
It turns out part of the reason they were even
I mean,
getting
TikTok's already
involved was
doing that.
they were
Ah,
done.
TikTok.
Chrome and other browsers
Ah,
had
my
dominated the
beloved.
internet so
China,
much
China,
that they
China,
were
China.
killing the user base that
I love
Opera had
China.
before.
Mm,
Opera
mm,
Group,
Xi
who own
Jinping.
Opera, are based in Norway, and Norway is in the EU. The EU is very well known for
No.
the heavy regulations they have on data
Plus
security.
10
Norway
credits
is
for it.
not in the EU.
Here that get into big trouble. In China,
Hey, what a time to join. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? What's up?
In the Opera Group that may have access to personal data act as data processors for Opera Norway. The fine clause in this that they fail to mention is that part of the companies who are involved in that structure is Kunlun Tech,
European
who
country
owns a
that the
majority
company
stake
just happen to
in
have
Opera
Chinese
Limited, which is
investors.
at the top of the structure.
I
From the
mean,
video I mentioned, the
if you're
YouTuber
playing
checked and
League,
found out that
your
on
data
Monday,
also goes to
Opera
China,
got
so
83 requests on their first run. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I can explain what all those
Tencent
requests are
is
doing, but
Chinese.
The simple version is that part of the request
One of
the- Tencent has, like,
is one to grab
50% of
It's
things
not that
in
other
gaming
browsers
stuff,
don't
so
do
like,
this,
your
but
data
the thing
is
with
probably
other
already
browsers is
there.
that with
Yeah.
them,
If the
they
Chinese
track
want
the
your
general
data, they
location
already
for
have it
business
probably,
purposes
let's be
and
honest.
make it
Exactly.
anonymous so that it can't be tied to you back specifically. But the thing with Opera, because they hold all their data themselves, they track everything from your city, zip code, and exact coordinates, including your latitude and longitude. If that doesn't
Whoa.
bother you, I don't know what will. As I said, a while ago, I made a video about BetterHelp where they were doing some similar data selling of their own. And from that video, I got comments from people saying that it's not a big deal
I
since a
think
lot
they
of
should
other companies
direct
do
these
this. And
notes.
with this video, I do agree. A lot of other companies do sell your data and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that when you get the chance to
There was a microphone installed in my arm when I was a baby born in the motherland. Like, I'm a walking spy. It's crazy, bro.
speak up
Okay,
or do
buddy.
something about it, you should entirely give up. It's not possible to be entirely anonymous on the
I love being a
internet,
walking
but
spy
when
for
you
the
get
Chinese
chance to
government.
do something about it or
I
even
feel
speak
so
against
silly.
it, I think you should take it. But if you still don't care, well, that's fine then. The privacy rabbit hole goes even deeper, and this time we take a look at
Great
the
leap
VPNs.
forward.
And speaking of VPNs, this video is sponsored by no one, although that would have been very funny.
NordVPN! Guys, did you know NordVPN keeps your data safe, aka they don't, and they
NordVPN can suck my peanut.
LordVPN. They actually do save your data, and it's not it's not safe. This video sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Guys, when I discovered Raid Shadow Legends, my life got better. Before I was depressed, I was sick. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. But as soon as I discovered Raid Shadow Legends, I just started being energetic. My life made sense. Finally, I could do the things I wanted to do. Finally, my life had meaning. Finally, it meant something. Raid Shadow Legends cured my cancer. It cured my prostata cancer. Prostata. Guys.
Gina's watching stream.
Yay, Gina! Wait. Can I show on stream? Can I show on stream?
Yeah, show the car on stream.
Showing the car. Look at the car. Pros data. Pros data. Look how Gina is so cute. I love her. She's car. She's so car coded. I love car. Wait, my browser is not right.
Fuck it. The rest of the stream, there's only car on screen.
All we're gonna look at is Gina now.
For the next few hours. No, that's my cat. Piss off.
On God. Where's the price tag? Damn it, that is a great car. She's so cute. I love her. Can you kiss her?
Well,
What the fuck is my source? Yeah. Why is it doing that? It's so difficult being. It's so difficult being a 2K resolution girly and a full HD world. Man. Life is awful.
Your connection through a private service instead of
car on God.
With most VPNs,
Gina
they have
on my lap
multiple
now. I can't
servers
stand
in
up
multiple
anymore.
places where they reroute your different traffic to. But with Opera, they reroute all your traffic to their headquarters in nowhere, where they were going to take all this data anyway. It's also not clear whether they encrypt that data.
Wait, it's from Norway.
As well. When you listen to a lot of other people, they'll tell you that this is not so much of a VPN as it is a proxy. But again, Opera sticks to the VPN because it's what most people know and will subscribe to. At the end of 2024, it was reported that they have over 380 million users, with 20 million of those using OperaGX. So from what I've been saying, it might have looked like Opera is not that big of a company, but the numbers
Gina's feeling very cuddly now.
Those numbers are not little.
Wait, we have another car. We have another car submission. Also watching stream. Jumping. Mwah.
More cars! Oh my God.
Oh no, the steak's too juicy, the lobster's too buttery. On God. I love Car. Look at him, I love him. This is Toby, the lawyer. This is Carter's lawyer. Sharker's lawyer. Love you too. Love you too, Bear. No more mega bonking it. Yeah, we're watching videos. Oh snap, more Car. Yeah. Big Car. Who needs therapy? I just need Car. Exactly. He's a little baby. He's your little baby.
Nothing else happened after
okay, let's keep watching.
OperaGX was just one of their ventures. Since they already had reach in the African and Asian markets, it made sense to them to make use of that user base what they were at it. And what better way to do that than to make a loan platform, an all-in-one platform for
predatory short-term lending in Africa and Asia.
Just one platform. Why not four?
I need to hold a low Car. Well, do it.
O-Pesa for Kenya, Cashbean for India, and OPay for Nigeria. This is where all the shady stuff lies. They launched the app in Kenya in 2019.
Yeah!
And in the first year, they made
wait, I'm gonna make a Twitter post.
Which proved to them
that's a good idea. Thank you.
Could be. The problem is the short-term loan sector is very crowded and
we're doing
competitive.
it.
So yes, in the moment it would work, but long-term, this was not going to scale at all. The Opera CEO knew this, having had another loan lending app in China called Qdian, which also, surprise, was filled with lawsuits and controversies. OCash was also in violation of Google policy, which states that apps that offer short-term personal loans of 60 days or less are not allowed. And Opera advertised that all of their apps offer short-term loans of 7 days to 30 days.
Opera!
The most egregious parts was the insane rates that these loans carried, all which was hidden in the fine print. In the terms of service, they say that.
Thank you for the alert, Bear! On WoW, there's an add-on called Weak Auras that can be used to create visual and or audio effects when certain things happen. When you have certain buffs / debuffs, etc., I use this to import an audio clip of Scout from TF2 going boink, boink, boink. Repeatedly that played every time a character auto-attacked. I love that one. So you pair that with dual-wielding attack speed build. Oh my God. That's so crazy.
You'll be subjected to a rollover fee in the amount of 2%
That's so funny.
on the unpaid principal. 2% per day doesn't sound like much until you do the math and see how much this converts to in a year, which is over 700% interest rate. So what does this look like in practice? So let's
Since when is Opera fucking bank, bro, giving loans?
Not much, just $30. And I failed to pay within the designated time, and let's even assume I didn't pay anything within the first year. How much do you think I'd owe at the end of it? If we calculate using the same rates, the total amount that I end up owing at the end of the year is $240 from just $30. All
The
this
fuck?
information was hidden from the users using different terms like 2% rollover fee per day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in reality, it's actually pretty predatory. The allegations didn't stop there. They would also lie to their users. They'd lure you in with the bait of getting a $300 loan for 28 to 70 days, and then when you got the app, flip the script and give you a $30 loan for 2 weeks at an interest rate of 700%. This is not even mentioning that if you were late to repay the loan, even by 1 day, they would access your contacts and call your friends and family and harass them until the money was repaid. They would threaten your contacts and tell them that if they didn't convince you to pay, they would place the both of you on the national credit blacklist, and in order to avoid that, they would have to convince you to pay the loan or even help you pay the loan. It's also worth noting that most of the people taking up these loans in the African countries aren't making enough to begin with, hence why they're taking these loans in the first place. After knowing all this, you now have these companies coming in and
take a loan from
and
Opera?
keeping these people slaves with insane loans that they can never repay back in the name of helping people. The same research paper alleges and shows the financial misconduct that Opera did. They say that Opera had a troubling pattern of raising large amounts of money and then directing portions of it to entities owned or influenced by its CEO. Exhibit A. In 2018, Opera paid $9.5 million for Okash by acquiring a Hong Kong company called Tenspot Pesa Limited. According to Opera, they claimed they got it from OPay, a separate company partially owned by Opera. But when Hindenburg looked into Tenspot,
it's a sister company in Africa and Asia. Okay.
Instead,
sorry, I can't really listen. I'm stupid.
Was actually 100% owned
Bimbo.
by Opera's CEO.
Oh,
you might think that he just acquired the company. There's no way. But no, Hindenburg actually found out that in every document that he found, Yahweh Zhou always owned the company. Things get worse when you realize that Okash, the supposed company that Opera was buying, Opera was already operating it. So in other words, Opera funded Tenspot, then paid $9.5 million for it in order to own Okash, which they were already operating. So if Hindenburg is right, then this might have been just one huge withdrawal for the Opera CEO. To further nail down the same point, let's look at Exhibit B. In the same year, Opera poured $30 million in cash in investment into a private karaoke app, StarMaker, that had been recently privately acquired by the CEO for an unknown amount. This raised the valuation of the company to $155 million. So because the StarMaker is a private company, we don't know how well they're doing financially because most of their financial records aren't accessible. But when Hindenburg looked into it, he found a report from Opera which they'd gotten from StarMaker. And from that report, we learned that StarMaker hadn't even been doing well. In fact, they'd been actually generating losses. The deal made was also very timely. Here's why. It gets even fishier. So allegedly, StarMaker had gotten involved with a crypto startup, which was an attempt to tokenize their revenue model, allowing anyone to just invest in the company through the crypto world. I think that's how it worked. So here's the weird part. 4 days after the $30 million cash deal, the CEO of the crypto startup gets arrested for allegedly looting from the company. Because Yahweh Zhou owned StarMaker, when this information came out, people were absolutely furious. Those who'd lost their money wanted compensation. And in response, the CEO said that their claims were baseless and distanced himself from the project altogether. If that wasn't enough, the allegations didn't end here.
Hi, how you doing? What's up?
Even weirder. Let me ask you a question. If you had a company and you guys needed help with marketing, which of these two companies would you guys go to? A marketing company, or B, an antivirus company? Maybe the answer wasn't as clear for Opera, because in 2016, they poured $31 million into
crypto,
an antivirus app maker. You've probably already caught on, but just in case you still haven't, this was another.
I'm good. I hope you are too. Yes, I am. Thank you.
Maybe they secretly did.
I'm glad to see you here.
What was that? They didn't? Oh, it was just for Opera then. Which makes sense. Make of that information as you will. So basically, Opera would raise large amounts of money in such a short time and then go ahead and pour it into companies owned by the CEO. And the big asterisk with this is that they would downplay all of this in their bookkeeping, marking it as either a marketing expense or something else weird or fishy. And the funny thing is that when any funds didn't add up, they would change up previous values to better fit what was happening now to make it look like everything was doing just fine. Like, hey, nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. Everything's great over here, just profits. Hardly working.
Yeah, I can
Well,
finally
this
catch a
game
stream.
offers
Hell
the claim
yeah.
that their
Streaming really
microlending
late
services are
today.
practical
Because
and
I fucked up my
helpful
sleep schedule and
in
I'm
regions where
bored.
credit cards aren't common.
So
They
all of
also
you are
claim
gonna
that their
suffer
loans
with
are
me now.
actually bringing financial reliability to the people in Kenya. On the issue of the crazy high interest rate, Opera says that Heidenberg's math is highly inaccurate and misleading, which is crazy because you can do the math yourself and you will get the same results. I tried looking
I'm
for
not
the
joking.
original
Yeah, why would I be
response
joking?
article or blog that they made, but it seems like they deleted it. So from all of that information, I'll now leave it up to you. What do you make of this company? If you're using Opera, what are you gonna do now? If I left anything out, please leave it down in the comment section down below, or you also tell me whether you're an Opera user or not, or have ever used them at any
No.
time, and what you think
Fuck
of all
Opera.
of this
All my
information.
homies hate Opera.
So yeah,
Apparently
if you enjoyed
not,
this video,
but
please give it a
I
like
wish
down
all my
below.
homies hated
Please
Opera.
subscribe. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video.
Go
and I'll see you
subscribe
guys
to
in the next
Linny
one.
TV. That's a really good video. Giving a thumbs up too. What a good video. Very, very well made. Honestly, like, yes, a free product that is heavily pushed through sponsored content. I'm sure nothing fishy is going on. Dude, this reminds me of the honey controversy. And it's the fact that I bought things with honey and they stole my money. It'd be like that. I want my money back. Okay, we have another video. Opera browser's nasty. I agree, yeah. The honey lawsuit got dismissed. What? What? Shut up. Be so for real right now. That is diabolical. It's fucking daylight robbery. Okay, we have another video.